Yo, what's up, YouTube? Hope you having a good day today.
Sweet Lord, have mercy. Baby Jesus, please save us. I know I used up my 3 favors. Back to sin it like a week later. Sweet Lord, have mercy. Baby Jesus, please save us. I know I used up my 3 favors. Back to sin it like a week later.
Alright, man. We take him in the back, you feel me? He do more than say what he's talking about. Alright, man. What's going on, YouTube? Let's watch some videos, man. Let's just watch some videos. Top 10 best new action anime. Let's get into it. If y'all like the video, by the way, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Put your video that you want me to react to next in the comment section. Let's get it fucking going, bro. Ugh. Nah, but this should be a good video. It's 15 minutes long, though. Kind of a lengthy one, but let's check it out. Now, is it just me, or is it kind of hard to look at sub and you're not used to sub? Like, you gotta keep looking at the words type shit and miss all the action. That's like me when I look at sub. It's really hard and awkward.
I won't be able to list them all. Instead, for today, I'm going to be talking about 10 of my favorite and what I think are the best new action anime in this decade. I'm going to be
all right, this is his opinion. This is his opinion. Shout out to you, man.
Received and such when making the list. Whether you're here for the sake of watching a year in review video or looking for something relatively new to watch, you are in the right place. Also,
Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 coming out.
So we can get these new
You feel me? I can't wait for that. Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 should be fire.
My number 10.
This is like a. It's already looking like a Attack on Titan type joint.
2020, in a very packed season thanks to all the previous delays, it kind of flew under the radar for the most part. Never mind the 3 big sequels that it had the misfortune of airing alongside. There's the
Excuse me.
God of High School, Great Pretender, and Rent-a-Girlfriend to contend with. However, for an action sci-fi show that looked like an offshoot to those Attack on Titan-like shows at first,
yo, let me know what type of anime you guys are into.
For something that's not so popular,
You in the anime, dark anime,
and it's a lot deeper than
hentai anime.
credit for. Can't be helped
What tingle your senses?
I say that I came out more than satisfied with the character dynamics and the messages in the show. It probably won't get a second season, but really it doesn't need one.
I really don't like anime with one season. Like, what if it's a great season? Leave us with a cliffhanger.
Of isekai anime. But how about playing the role of the isekai protagonist yourself and assembling your allies, rising up the ranks and conquering a land ravaged by factions competing for supremacy? Dying is only the beginning. Welcome to the world of ReFantasia, Charm and Conquer, the sponsors of this video. ReFantasia, Charm and Conquer is the hot new
what
RPG
we're not gonna do is throwing no ad. You feel me?
In terms of easy
let's keep it
access,
funky
or
and
how
keep it with the
easy it
anime.
is to get a random guide to watch and enjoy a show for dumb, mindless fun, Misfit of Demon King Academy is my pick, not just for its season, but also for its year. In what seems to be one of the last big hits out of a bygone genre, Misfit of Demon King Academy managed to stand out and not fall into irrelevance like around half of the similar stuff flying around in the early to mid 2010s. How so? By taking the overpowered main character trope.
Something that attracts me to an anime is just like the graphics.
While weaving actual drama and
like,
exciting moments in between them. In a way, it feels like Akashic Records, another similar setting that people cared about.
Like the graphics that Dragon Ball Z comes out with, the new graphics, you know, Demon Slayer graphics, the visual is just amazing.
Tropes and some of the best character and power designs for this genre. It is more than that, however, and does come up with some compelling arcs despite the main character pretty much being the spiritual successor of God Suya.
Why does this look like this look like some 7 Deadly Sins type jump?
At number 8 is a personal favorite of mine, Gleipnir.
Damn. Ooh.
I'm not sure
Got
how
her shit
relevant
right.
game survival shows are to you all, but Gleipnir has been one of the surprises of its season. I might be a bit biased because I also like Darwin's Game and Battle Game in 5 seconds.
Yep,
but amongst
never
those
seen
shows,
either of those.
I'd say that Gleipnir was the one that stood out the most if we're talking general anime community. In contrast to Decadence, Gleipnir took advantage of all those delays. It's just perception and all, but with the big hitters in
So
its
she
genre
just
boasting
beating
out
up her
the
alter
way,
ego?
not many
Because
people
that
tuned
thing
into
got the same
Gleipnir,
eyes
and
as
it
her.
wasted no time wowing them with the prestige fight scenes and very intriguing story. It's just a shame that this one ended in such a confusing manner. They did an anime original ending right after starting to tease us with the big overarching plot, because they probably figured out they wanted an action finale which wasn't anywhere near that manga stopping point. Still, the confusing ending does little to bring down the enjoyment of the show, and I dare say that the first 2/3 of Gleipnir is legitimately a great show.
So what is that thing? Is that like his alter ego?
And some cool dynamics between the two contrasting leads.
Is this like Attack on Titan? She's like engulfed in it? Oh, you don't let him have it then. Nani?
At number 7, my pick is Gleipnir's season mate, Tower of God. Those were
Yeah,
the
so
days
far I'm
when
not gonna lie, these anime don't look all that appealing. The last one looked pretty dope because of the big ass teddy bear.
Probably the most popular webtoon of them all, Tower of God, combining a lot of the familiar story beats with a very creative setting and a lot of great world building and cool characters.
This looks like the animation team didn't even step into the play. Like, this is cartoon status.
Focused on exploration and adventure over fights. In a sense, it
Visual wise,
traditional explorative mold that people have grown to love. It's also got a story that, while not as deep or profound as Decadence, relatively speaking, it does have its fair share of substance. My only gripe, however, is that the entire season is basically the prologue. Yeah, you heard that right. As a standalone, it does very well, and I really enjoyed it. But I think what could have been. Sure, it will get better soon, but I don't see this getting a second season anytime soon.
Where the
It's a
hell all those
glorified
swords come
commercial,
from?
even more so than the standard.
She just
manga or
flung her
light novel
suitcase.
adaptations, and I feel because of that, it's such a waste. But
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. So far these anime not looking all that great, man.
for number 6, I'll go for 86.
I like what he did there. For number 6, he picked 86. I like that.
Honestly, I haven't had too many chances to enjoy military.
That sound a
anime
lot
the
better
past
than
few
8.
years. Mecha
For
shows
8
I do watch, and there are some
is
great
86.
hits for the
Yeah,
past
that don't
decades
sound
like
that
Code
great.
Geass and Gundam IBO. There are also fringe military shows, as in barely qualify as one in certain angles, like Kimi-sen, that I enjoyed. But if we're going with something that speaks more to us in a
Yeah, I like this
societal level,
this type
coupled
of
with
visual
something that's
anime
more a
cue.
few
Like,
decades into the
this is
future,
what I
instead of a
like.
century or millennia, it's
This
bit
looks a
harder
little
to
bit
find
more
shows like
advanced. Doesn't look as
86. It's a
cartoonish.
testament to how unique
You know,
86 feels. Sci-fi and military
seem a little
are
bit
rare,
more
but the way it's
realistic.
delivered and how much it acts as both an exciting
Like, look at
action
that.
drama, a society study, and an ultimately heartwarming tale of trials and tribulations doesn't seem as
But what are
common.
they
It's
fighting?
got
Are they
almost
fighting
everything you'd
spiders?
want from the
The
genre.
fuck?
I dare say that compared to a lot of the hits that I'll be
Spider
going over in the
tanks?
second half, it's even more profound and has themes that speak heavily to the world at large. Unfortunately, military and socio-philosophical commentary just doesn't seem to be as mainstream, which is why it's just
Are these
a six.
robots
It's not
that's fighting these
underappreciated
people?
or anything like that, not at all. It's just that given the package it's in, it just finds it hard to truly break into the mainstream.
Now they getting smacked by hockey pucks.
Oh, and if you've been enjoying the video so far, good. Why don't you hit that little subscribe button and give the channel a hand? I'm happy.
Yeah,
that a
y'all
lot of you
go
guys
get
enjoy
this
the
man a
videos,
follow.
but I'm finding a large
Subscribe to this
percentage
man. Fuck you talking
still
about?
not subscribed. So if that's you and you fall into that category, then I would absolutely love to encourage you to subscribe, like, and share the video.
Yep,
My
all
fifth
that.
place pick is Tokyo Revengers.
Tokyo Revengers. Japanese sound fire though. It's just I don't like the subtitles.
Tokyo Revengers by far has become one of the landmark shows of 2021. Combining shonen fare with the time travel premise that pops up a couple of times a year yielded what many people heralded as a unique battle shonen. While unique is probably not something I'll crown it with completely, it does feel like a change of pace from the superheroes, the demonic powers, the fire breathing, the super athletic sword fights and whatnot. It's also more packed with drama and the gritty atmosphere you'd expect from a show about delinquents. I give Tokyo Hero Avengers praise, mostly for its consistency in terms of atmosphere. It stays consistent with its tone, what it wants to do, and doesn't flip-flop between serious, dramatic moments to comedy that comes out of nowhere. It's a show that derives its strength from the mature setup for a battle shonen, its attractive premise, and how it manages to hold everything together in a package all throughout the run. And that's probably why it's as popular as it ended up being. Fourth place for me is VV. Here's something that I had mixed expectations for. All we knew about it is that it was a music-oriented action show with a sci-fi backdrop, and that somehow ReZero guys were behind it. Dape in sci-fi and one with Terminator-like vibes combined with music. Truly an interesting blend of things, right? It's easy to look at the special effects and praise VV's excellent in fields like music, art, and awe-inspiring fight scenes, some which I feel hold up damn well a year after its airing.
I'm not gonna lie, this low-key look kind of tough.
VV is a thriller anime that looks and sounds good, and in the
this low-key kind of look tough.
It does really well. The amusing thing about VV, however, is that it's one of the shows that I feel resonate this strongly when it comes to talking about society's growing infusion with technology and all the dangers that come with it. It's got some themes that look more and more relevant the more years we go through in this world. VV, unlike similar shows like Ghost in the Shell, may not be remembered.
Oh yeah, that little thing what they was just doing. I don't know what the hell that was.
Already, actually, but
they look like they getting down, ain't it?
It's a sci-fi thriller, and how fun the ride it took me through when I first watched it. If we're talking just 2021, it has a case for being one of the best shows that year gave us. At third, let's look at Ranking of Kings.
Ranking of Kings. So this must be like a prehistoric type joint.
Here's a show that's very easy to give a pass. Just look at how it looks. Granted, I fell into the same trap, but I eventually came around to watching it, and I have to say that I was blown away. For how simplistic it looks, Ranking of Kings manages to weave an underdog story for the ages. There's so much that people give Ranking of Kings praise for. There's the
so it's little kids who's considered kings and queens?
It creates drama and stakes. Now, I agree with all of those, but for me, the strongest one must be in how it presented the characters. Every notable character, no matter how small they are in the grand scheme of things, feels really fleshed out with their motivations and character roots. Ranking of Kings is a classic example of the famous saying to never judge a book by its cover. Its art style unfortunately holds it back from being blind watched by people randomly browsing the seasonal lists, looking for something new to watch.
This looks a little more
the journey
cartoonish. Oh.
Second place is Mushoku Tensei.
My bad. I'm like,
how could we talk about
my
the top
throat
action anime of the past few
congested
years without talking about this? It's long considered the pioneer of the whole slew of Middle Ages isekai that has oversaturated.
So far, I'm not really liking this list.
There's no denying what Mushoku Tensei brings to the table. It's been a while since I've
top
seen this
10
much
best new anime, new action anime.
Studio being open for the sake of continually
this isn't catching my attention.
It brings us visually stunning art, a character who would work for redemption and strength.
There's not one show in here, probably more. There's probably like 2 shows in here that I watch.
It's not without its wrinkles, but putting those aside, there's no doubt
just 2 though. Like,
one of the most complete isekai out there.
It doesn't look like the stuff to catch my attention.
Some of the stuff I've showcased prior, but you can really feel the care given to its adaptation. Controversies and all, there's no doubt that Mushoku Tensei has a case for being one of the shows the 2020s will be remembered for years to come, for good or bad.
Oh, slice and dice.
For me, the top spot belongs to Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes, sir. This is my shit.
It is too early to tell, but at the time of this writing, it's clear that Jujutsu Kaisen is
now the graphics on this joint
of the 2020s.
different.
I won't call it the best at anything, but in everything, things are above average to great. It's got a premise that opens potential for growth while being easy to get into. It's got a cast that comes in a whole spectrum of character types. The sound and art is good, and it boasts some of the best animation we've seen from new shows the past 2 years. The excellent production all help elevate the already interesting magic system when we do see it coming.
Now with this being on on this list. I wonder how old his list
you can tell that
is.
it kind of feels like a formula, a blueprint for success. But having a blueprint,
I like his number one pick though.
See a lot of the one and done battle
Definitely worth
but
it.
For Jujutsu Kaisen to be making this kind of legacy for itself is something the anime team must give themselves a pat on the back for. In the same vein as why I placed Mushoku Tensei at 2, we just can't ignore its influence and the number of anime fans it managed to connect through its popularity. It's a show that I feel partially buoyed off Demon Slayer's popularity and brought back to life the whole genre of supernatural urban fantasy that was popular back then with shows like Shaman King and Bleach.
I've never seen Bleach either. Bleach looked way too... I don't even know how to say it. It looked way too simple. But I do want to check it out because they said it's on par with... It's on par with Jujutsu Kaisen. Same thing with like Demon Slayer.
If you got more time, then don't forget to check out the channel for videos that you might enjoy. So hit the subscribe button and
yeah, big brother, we're gonna end it right there. But yo, thank you for watching the video. Let me know what videos you guys think is interesting to check out. Cause as of right now, this list, the best show on there was Jujutsu Kaisen, hands down. I don't like how they threw Demon Slayer under the bus like that. It's kind of fucked up. But it is what it is. However, this is Bingy Man Chris, aka Mr. Bandit. You can call me Mr. Bandit, because I guess I am still the bandit. That's what you're talking about. But yeah, man, this is Davis Reacts. I'll see y'all next time on the flip side. You dig? Peace.